It's starting to. I think this event this morning has definitely made it there. And I mean, it's something we've been waiting for since last spring when our name was called. And I think this breakfast this morning is, kicking off the tournament for us and getting us ready for that.
You've played in it. You've been an assistant in it. Just how special is it going to be to lead your own team in it?
It's going to be from a different standpoint. I'm excited to be able to be the head coach of a team that's playing in it now. I've seen it from different angles, so it's exciting to be the head guy now.
Are you already starting to plan out some things, strategies? You're going to be talking with the players now from here on out?
From here on out, we'll probably start talking a little bit. I'm going to have to do some scouting. I kind of waited to this morning to see who we drew to figure out what we got to do for next week.
You're right. Glendale's coach, who was the first team to win this 30 years ago, right, gave you obviously the ideal recipe, right? Clean the board, shoot, 50% from the field, 70 from the line, all that stuff. Obviously, those are all easier said than done things. Mm-hmm. But as we talked about yesterday, what do you like most about the challenge that your kids are going to have playing these top-tier teams that some of them already kind of know from playing travel ball?
Yeah, so I like that we're going to be competitive. We got guys that it doesn't matter who we play, whether they're the number one team in the nation or the last team in the nation, they're going to come out and compete the same way. And I think we showed that over the last couple weeks. That doesn't matter who we play, you're going to get our best and you're going to get the Central Bulldogs.
I know that we talked, and I'm sure you're tired of this question, but I'm going back to Link Academy, right? Because they are so good, because they won this tournament last year. What did you guys learn from that game, and why, from those lessons, can you carry over and make some real headway in this tournament?
That was our first game of the year, and that was one of those that we saw that we could compete, especially for that first half of that game. We showed that we weren't going to back down from the get-go. I think from that game on, we just kind of grew as a team. We started working on things we need to work on. We're getting better at things that we need to be good at, especially for the postseason and this tournament coming up. So next week, I'm excited to see what all we learned from that first game.
How have you seen Tyreek's dunks for the dunk contest? Has he been practicing already?
I don't know if he's one of those players that have to practice much. He'll come out and I'll see something in practice that makes you think it's a dunk contest worthy dunk, and then he'll come out with something better just randomly in a drill. So I don't know what his plan is for that, but I'm sure he'll put on a show like he did last year.
I mean, he's putting them on during games too. We saw a few of those breakaways in the blue and gold. Just what is it about him that's able to put on that type of show and the explosive athleticism? But
he's just a special athlete, a one-of-a-kind athlete. I wish I could tell you I knew what that felt like, but I can't. But it's just something that I just sit back sometimes. I'm like, all right, here comes the show, and I just enjoy it as a coach and almost turn into a fan when I see him make some of those plays, which is a fun thing to do.
You get the number 2 sophomore in the country to go up against. Just what is it about your kids? And we've seen your overwhelming style this year that they're not going to back down from a player like that.
It'll be exciting because we have some good guards too that I think can, kind of contain them to enough to help us be competitive. The thing going into this tournament is we have guards that are getting college interest and recruits as well. Maybe not at that high of a level, but we still got college athletes in our program.
You mentioned that you usually can just sit back and watch. I'm assuming that is not the game plan for these games.
Our game, I'm not going to change too much what I do. We'll have different strategies and everything, but I'm still going to be the same kind of energetic coach, sit back and let them kind of play until I need to take control. So not a lot will change for us from what we do as a program standpoint. It'll be more of adjustments that I have to make as a coach going into next weekend.
Josh said that he couldn't imagine saying this school a few years back. Mm-hmm. What does that say about the trajectory of this program, this team?
It just shows the hard work that I've put in, and that not just myself but the players put in over the last couple of years. We have a lot of juniors that were with me when I started, so you can just seeing the success that they're having to have the opportunity to play in an event like this, be recognized as one of the better teams in the area and the state is a huge accomplishment for them.
So you obviously got to coach with your mentor. You got to beat your mentor as a coach, and now you guys get to be together in this event. I guess Does that mean anything to you as far as kind of like the full circle moment for you as going from assistant to head coach to now to be one of these teams in this great tournament?
Oh, for sure. It's definitely a special case for me, being able to compete in a tournament with a coach that gave me my first opportunity and shot into the coaching world. He took a big opportunity with me, and I'm glad I'm able to help hopefully make him proud. And then kind of go through this tournament together. We talked a little bit over the last couple of weeks about what to expect going through. He kind of talked to me about how I'd have to speak in front of people this week and next week. So he's still mentoring me in some ways to help me get through my career as well.
Do you envision any of this quickly for you? I mean, that's winning a blue and gold, that's accomplishing history, that's turning into the best team in the area. Playing in TSC, what could you envision this in this short of a time when you're still extremely young head coach?
It's definitely coming fast for me. This is something I envisioned for the program in general, not necessarily within the couple years that it has. But this was definitely one of my goals, was to make Central a program that is respected in the basketball community, to give the guys opportunities to play in tournaments like this, and just be able to have a program that's giving the Central community and Central fans something to cheer about again. So it's definitely a big goal of mine to get us to where we're at, and I'm just glad it's happening at the pace it's happening.
From the player perspective, what have they told you in regard to being in this tournament?
From the player, they're excited. They're telling me that they're competitors, so that they're telling me they can come out and try to win a few games, which is good to hear as a coach. They're not acting scared. Some players, some teams get in an environment like this, they don't really want to rise up to the occasion. But the way the guys are talking, I think they're excited. I think they're going to be excited about the draw we got going forward for the first round of the tournament too.
You mentioned that obviously playing so far this season, you had the luxury of being loose, right? Letting them kind of take over the game and do what they do best. What is giving you the confidence from practice or from last year? What's giving you the ability to say, hey, guys, you take the reins. I don't need to hold your hand as much.
It definitely starts in practice. When you earn my trust as a player in practice, you get a lot more freedom. Our practices have been well, and at the end of the day, the players are the one that's really winning the games. They got to go out, they got to make the shots, they got to make the plays. The players are winning. I'm just there trying to help guide them and show them how to do it, and so far they're doing a great job of getting the job done.